Hello everyone, I'm Eric from Sports 365. Here with me once again is my colleague Alex. So, he recently played the Magic in Orlando and thankfully came out with the win, beating them 115-106. It's definitely a good win considering the Magic have a winning record this year and are definitely at least on track to be a playoff team for the first time in a while. And the Heat were also without Jimmy Butler. So definitely a good win, which now puts the Heat at 16-12 for the season. So before we go any deeper into your initial thoughts on this win.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good win. Magic are actually pretty good. For the first time, well, they haven't been this good in a while. Been actually better than a lot of people expected. And of course, they're one of the Heat's rivals, so it's a good win for us.
Yeah, I agree. The Magic currently have the best record in the Southeast Division at this point, although the Heat are now pretty close behind them for that. And of course, that's a division the Heat have won pretty much nonstop for quite some time because the other teams in that division haven't been very good lately, to be honest. But yeah, definitely a good victory against a rising Magic team who I think have a lot of young talent and actually do seem to be heading in a good direction for the first time in a while. Now, obviously, without Jimmy Butler, other players had to step up in his absence, and thankfully they did. Herro had 28 points on 10 and 17 shooting, so a efficient 28-point game for him. Bam had 18 points and 7 rebounds. Hawkes had 10 points. So there's a lot of scoring from different players to make up for Jimmy Butler's absence. So what do you think of the Heat's starters in this game?
Yeah, I mean, the Heat starters were good. It's especially good to see Herro and Bam, back from injury and playing well. Hopefully they'll continue to play well.
Yeah, I agree. Obviously, the Heat certainly missed both of them while they were out, although they still managed to keep their heads above water in terms of winning games. But yeah, definitely it's good to see both of them back. And it's good to see Hawkes have another good game. I believe this is the first game that he's actually started. But yeah, looked pretty good and continues to have quite a strong rookie season. Now, offensively, I think the Heat did well overall in this game. 115 points, 48% shooting from the field, 51% shooting from three, which is obviously very good. And the Heat also did a good job of taking care of the ball and committing 11 turnovers, which is certainly not problematic. So yeah, I think that offensively were quite good in this game. So what do you think of the Heat's offense in this game?
Yeah, like you said, it was good all around. It was especially good that we had a relatively low turnover number. That's usually the case when we win, and often when we lose, it's partially, if not mostly, because we've committed way too many turnovers.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Heat's offense overall was definitely good. Good to see the Heat take care of the ball well. So obviously that's crucial for winning, and especially good to see the Heat play well offensively without Jimmy Butler and with some changes to the starting lineup and Bam coming back and everything. So there's a lot of stuff that had to be figured out, but thankfully it all came together in this game. Now, in terms of the defense, I think the Heat were pretty good overall. Defense and Magic shot 46% from the field, but only shot 25% from three. So the Heat really shut down their perimeter offense, and that was obviously a big part in winning the game because it's very difficult to win games in modern NBA when you shoot so poorly from three-point range. So what were your thoughts on the Heat's defense in this game?
Yeah, our defense was solid. I mean, not amazing. And, we did have a little bit of luck that some of the Magic's shooters were cold, but that was also partially because of solid defense.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Magic definitely missed some shots that they couldn't have made, but I think the Heat's defense definitely played a part in them shooting so poorly from three. So Oh yeah, definitely good to see that, especially without Jay Weather, who's of course an elite defender. So good that the Heat stepped up and played pretty well defensively in this game. Now, the Heat's bench actually also did play well in this game. I still think the Heat could definitely use some better bench options. I've been saying that for a while, but played well in this game, contributed 51 points. Josh Richardson had 12 points. Thomas Bryant also had 12 points and 5 rebounds. Haywood Highsmith had 15 points and 2 steals, and Duncan Robinson had 12 points. Obviously, Duncan Robinson turned to his bench role now with Herro back in the starting lineup. But yeah, I think the bench definitely played well in this game. So, what are your thoughts on the Heat's bench unit in this game?
Yeah, our bench unit definitely played well. It's one of the main reasons we won the game. I wish our bench unit, played this well consistently. Unfortunately, that's not the case. But I mean, in this game against the Magic, they certainly did play well.
Yeah, I think the Heat still have some stuff to figure out when it comes to their bench. I still think the Heat overall could benefit from a trade to especially add some offensive firepower. I think defensively the Heat are very good, but I think you definitely use more offense. But yeah, thankfully the bench did have a good game in this one. So there you have it. It's a good road victory for the Heat against the Magic in Orlando, and the Heat now 16-12, and now 6th in the East, although not too far back from definitely further up in those standings. It's pretty close between about 4 and 6 right now. But hopefully the Heat can at least avoid the play-in, and Heat play the Hawks next, who are 12-15. The Heat are also playing them at home in Miami, where the Heat have generally played well this season. So I think that should definitely be a game that the Heat win, and hopefully Jimmy Butler returns for that one.